Hi, I'm Christina Applegate.
And I'm Jamie-Lynn Sigler.
And this is Messy.
Hi, everyone. Today we have a very special guest, the Robin Roberts, co-anchor of Good Morning America and the president and founder of Rock and Robin TV.
This was definitely one of our favorite conversations, not only because Robin Roberts is so incredible and so loved and beloved by so many people and so honest. She was the first person that I talked to about my cancer and her cancer and now this. And she is
our
just
Messy podcast.
And Messy. So
She's an honorary Messy member for sure.
She is a messy, beautiful member. We love you, Robin.
We love you.
Enjoy.
Well, thank you so much for doing this. You're so like forever part of this journey with us. So it means a lot.
I cannot tell you the tremendous response from our conversation. I'm telling you, both of you. I've done a lot of interviews, sat down with a lot of people. I can't remember the last time and the breadth of the responses from people who have MS, from people who have family members who have MS, from people who don't have MS, just all of it. So thank you. I know that was not easy to do. People think, oh, it's so easy to go public. It's not.
No, it's definitely not.
You know more than anyone. I think we told you in that moment, and if we didn't, we'll say it again. It also, a lot of that came from the space that you set and the love and genuine openness and curiosity and just love that you have and that you emanate. So thank you, because you made that a very safe place for, a wonderful and, like you said, meaningful conversation.
That was my goal. Always.
I'm going to pass it to Christina because she always
you all do the same.
questions.
You all do the same for me right now.
Okay,
yes.
we 100%. We're turning the tables.
That's the name of my show, my Emmy award-winning show on
Hello.
Disney Plus. Turning the tables. Woo, woo, woo.
There you go. Well, we'll turn something on you. I don't know what it's gonna be, but one thing we've started to do that seems to be like kind of a fun, interesting little introduction to our people is we always ask who is Little Robin. Like we just interviewed Jean Smart the other day, and
I listened to it. Okay, I love her.
She said,
little
Jean wore saddle shoes, and it's like all of a sudden it's like you get to paint your picture. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna tell you, but like who was little Robin?
No, I want to know who was Mitch. After listening to
Mitch?
that,
Yes.
Goodness gracious, I don't know who that man is, but I want to know.
We're gonna have him on.
Mitch,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That is such a great place to start. And I've been thinking about Little Robin lately.
Oh.
I don't know why, but I have for some reason. And Little Robin was this pigtailed, big-eyed little girl who really had no fear when I look back. Being the youngest of four, I benefited from three older siblings who went through the gauntlet. And so by the time I came along, my parents were like, whatever. And I truly benefited from that and heard them, my older siblings, we could do that. And I just would like smile. And I was told how at home I could be a terror, but out in public, I was such a little darling. Even then, I wanted the public to like me.
Did you know you were being manipulative?
I was so innocent. Come on. No, I had no idea.
I know.
Being that way. But no, I just really, I look back and, my dad being in the Air Force, and I'm so grateful to my mother and father. They laid such a great foundation. We traveled all over the world, lived for a time in Izmir, Turkey. And I can remember just going out on my own with Turkish kids I met and barely knowing the language and not being afraid. and and I just look back at that time with such awe. And my mom said something, and I told her if she was ever interviewed, when she was interviewed, never to repeat this. She said that I said as a child, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to be rich and famous. And it sounded so shallow to say rich and famous, but my mom remembers distinctly I'm saying that. And I don't feel that's what I am now, rich and famous, because but it's like, even as a child, I had these big audacious dreams, and I didn't know what it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a professional athlete, but that little thing called ability that you have to have. I had the heart and the desire, but not quite the ability. I played in college, but that's about it.
What did you play?
I played, okay. What do you think my athletic scholarship, what do you think?
My God.
What do you think? Come on.
We're interviewing you. Lacrosse.
Nice. But you said basketball, lacrosse. Yeah. It was tennis. A lot of people think basketball, but actually my scholarship was tennis. I did play on the basketball team, but it was a tennis scholarship. Also, I was the state junior bowling champion of Mississippi at the age of 12.
No. I love it.
Come on now.
I love it so much.
You're getting all this stuff out of me. So I was athletic.
Still hit the lanes?
Oh, no, not anymore. No, once you peaked at 12 years old playing, bowling, you can't go back. You can't go back.
I have my own ball and shoes.
Oh, challenge accepted. Challenge accepted.
No, because of poop, Robin. Because of all the poop.
Oh.
In the balls.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But I'm okay. But no. Could you imagine me now trying to bowl? I'd be like, fall over.
We'll put the bumper guards and
just getting me down there.
No, I would have like the beef jerky. And I was a true bowler. Yeah.
And you had the little guard. Do you have the little guard?
Absolutely. The wrist guard.
The powder.
The little bag, too.
Little bag of powder. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Towel, shine it up. Shine up your ball.
I would take my ball home and I would shine it. And I had the white bowling shoes, a little pointy.
My God.
I joined my high school bowling team as a dare, and I loved it. It was the best time. I thought it was like I was going to hate it, and my friends were, making fun of me, and I had the best time. I loved it so much. It was.
How'd you do? What was your highest score?
Oh God, I was over 200, and that was enough for me. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a great time.
How about you, Christina? High score?
175.
Hey now.
Hey.
No, I could never break the 200 for some reason. I'd get in my own head. But my form, come on. Like it was like
you're a dancer.
People would prepare for like complete glory. When my arm would go up, right? It would go up and then it would just be like 1, 2 pins.
Doesn't matter. True showman. So you were always ambitious, confident, and I love hearing my own kids have these big, tall dreams, because I think that breeds confidence. I think it breeds just a drive, which I think is just necessary no matter where you end up in life. So I'm not surprised hearing all of those beautiful qualities were in little Robin.
But what I'm surprised is that as I got older and a fear crept in. Why was I like, as a child, you fear nothing, and then you start off on your career and you just think, it's not going to happen. I remember trying to get my first job in television. I was thinking about this the other day as well. And looking back, I'm like I was just so like, I'm never going to get the job. And then when I got the job, I'm like, I'm not going to get the other job. And I kept thinking about that mountain ahead of me being taller than the mountain I just scaled.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I could take some of that little Robin back. And I think I have it as I have matured. I'm not aging, I'm maturing. And I've gotten to this decade.
Good for you, because I'm aging.
It's all how you phrase things.
Okay. I love it,
Okay.
because you have not changed. I've known you, what, 20 something years?
At least.
At least. The woman has not changed.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Bless your pea picking heart.
Yeah, it's I think that's, unfortunately, nobody is spared from that little fear friend that creeps in and the doubt. But I think that with perspective, like you're saying, I don't think it's surprising that or for any of us, we all get to stages where we look back at our childhood and we give ourselves a lot of grace, and we also want to connect back to that like uninfluenced being, and to and also a time to like see how far you've come, because there's so many things that we could talk to you about on this show that would be relevant to what we do here on Messy. But Christina and I were talking before you came on, and we have so many people, different types of people that listen to this for a myriad of reasons. Obviously the MS community, the chronic illness community, people that have, suffered with their health. We also have a lot of caregivers that listen to try and understand what their loved one might be going through. And you have the very unique experience of being both, a patient and a caregiver. And for the sake of the way you share and the relevance, like I said, of what people listen to and why they listen, would you take us on that ride with you and your beautiful wife and what that has been like?
Well, thank you. I tell you what, I thought I'd never say this, but I'd much rather be a patient than a caregiver. I am, oh my gosh. And so I can understand caregivers listening to this podcast, because you just feel helpless. And I'm so grateful that my wife is doing so much better.
I'm so glad.
Her journey with breast cancer has been much more difficult than we anticipated, and a little different than mine in 2007 when I went through it, and she was my caregiver. But also I took notes from hers, because she was such a great caregiver. Awesome. And so I just remembered some of the things that she did for me. I know you guys are probably the same way. Don't ask me what I need or what I don't know. I'm just trying, as a patient, I'm just trying to get out of bed. I'm just trying to get to the next step. I can't articulate what it is. And she would anticipate my needs. She would anticipate my wants. And I so appreciative of that. I can really, and people, I get more inquiries, more caregivers reach out to me than patients.
Wow.
More caregivers want to talk to me about being a patient, not my caregiving role, but as a patient. And again, it goes back to when you're going through your something, and as my mama said, everybody's got something, whether it's MS, cancer, divorce, unemployment, your kids are driving you crazy. Everybody's got something. And it's what helped me, and always helps me when my something comes along, is I don't think of it as the tragedy. The cancer was not the tragedy. If I didn't pause and say, okay, Lord, what in the world? Why are you trying to get my attention? What am I supposed to learn from this? How am I supposed to grow from this? And how am I supposed to help somebody else who might be going through this? So I do have that perspective as a patient. And there is this kind of nod we give each other, especially the second health crisis that I had, myelodysplastic syndrome, MDS, a form of a bone marrow cancer. I needed a stem cell transplant. And when I meet another MDS patient, we just give each other the nod. Like we know what the other has gone through. And that's what's been so great about the two of you, because you're walking a similar path and at different stages. And you just want to feel like, can somebody just kind of maybe understand a little bit, because it's so confusing and it's such a roller coaster that every now and again you just need somebody to kind of just pull you aside and say, I hear you. And that's what we all want. I don't care where we are.
Yeah.
We just want to be seen and heard.
Yeah.
And that's what
Yeah.
I try to do, especially now as I continue to be a caregiver, but so grateful that Amber's on the other side of her journey. I read somewhere, journey. That's a word that everybody uses now.
Mhm.
Journey.
Yeah.
Comes with its own backpack.
Yeah.
And it's full.
Yes. Yes.
It certainly does. That it does.
Support for Messy comes from Lumi. I've been using my Lumi, guys. I've been using my Lumi whole body deodorant because I've been living in a hospital, and it's kept me fresh and clean. Nobody's mentioned any smells coming from me, and it's truly made me feel like I'm not living in a dungeon nonstop.
I'm in LA and you smell like a dungeon. Kidding.
I love Lumi. If you don't know about it, you guys, they have a whole body deodorant, which is literally seriously safe to use anywhere in your body. You can use it in your pits, your underboobs, your thigh folds, your belly buttons, your butt cracks, even your vagine,
Panas.
your
Sorry.
feet. It's created by an OBGYN who saw firsthand how normal BO was after being misdiagnosed and mistreated. And it's clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours.
I love my beautiful smelling vagina. Thank you, Lumi.
Thank you. It's baking soda free, by the way, paraben free, pH balance, like we said, for safe to use below the belt. It also comes in a variety of fresh, bright scents like clean tangerine, lavender sage, or toasted coconut.
Oh, and rose.
And rose, which you just mentioned. That's
Yeah, I
right.
just tried rose today. I'm in love. And lavender.
Can't get better than that. Lumi's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get 15% off all Lumi products with our exclusive code. And if you combine the 15% off with the already discounted starter pack, that equals over 40% off their starter pack. Use code MESSY for 15% off your first purchase at lumideodorant.com. That's code MESSY at LUM.
Spell it really well.
I got you. LUMEDEODORANT.com.
She wins the spelling bee.
You know, it's interesting hearing you say that because I feel for my husband a lot. You know, I see his anger that he has for what I go through, the helplessness he feels when he can't do anything about it. And I also feel bad that he only knew Jamie with MS. He never got me before. You know, he never got to know. And while I do believe very much what you said, that there is a great lesson in this and a great purpose in this, you know, in this journey for me, especially with MS. Like I say all the time, I don't even want to know who I am without it, because it's completely shaped me and it's completely changed my view of the world. But I have a lot of grief around that and for him. And because I think he sees me struggle so much, he doesn't really take care of himself that much, and he doesn't focus on himself and what he might need. It's like such an afterthought, especially with also having little kids. And I imagine that a lot of caregivers can go through that.
You know what, Jamie? That's what Amber taught me, because she really insisted about me taking care of myself while she was going through it. And that is, yeah, and I really appreciate that. And when a lot of caregivers have reached out to her, and she said, you need your support system. You know, your loved one has a support system. As a caregiver, you need one too. We had got a great group of friends who had like this grid of who was going to come in on the weekends. Because when I went through MDS, I couldn't be really left alone. And I had to be in isolation for 100 days.
Because
And
of
so
why?
Because of my immune system, I could not have a germ. I had no immune system. My immune system was completely wiped out. And so I had to be in a very sterile environment. And my friends would come in on the weekends to spell her. And they worked amongst themselves and figured out who could come in on which weekends. And so Amber had the weekends off. And that's what she taught me as a caregiver. And I'm so glad you brought that up. That is so, so vital. That they need their own support system. Absolutely.
Because resentment can happen, right? It's just so natural for that too. And that's my biggest fear. And I try to have conversations all the time because look, I mean, we're a married couple. We've got a fucking ton of issues, aside from MS. But like, if I can like try and make this.
We're not going to go there.
Of course. Well, that's what.
Oh no, we're going there, Robin.
Yeah.
But I just don't want this thing to cause any more issues than it's already causing. We've gone to therapy about it because sometimes it's felt like the other woman in our relationship because it's like,
wow.
Sometimes I feel like that's when he sees me, he sees somebody he has to take care of. And I'm like, no, I still want to be like your sexy wife. I still want to, like he'll come today. I was putting together a desk, for instance, and he came in, he's like, I don't want you to hurt your back. And I was like, just let me do it. Don't worry if I get hurt. Like sometimes you don't want to
really.
Be
You want to put the desk together?
I know. Look,
Jamie,
guys,
I'm
almost done.
Oh my God, girl! No, he can put the desk.
No,
That's
terrible.
where I draw
he's
the line,
handy
Jamie.
at all.
I draw the line
would break
at desk.
He would
I
break it.
agree with
Okay.
Christina. Yeah, sometimes I'll use that. Oh, I had cancer. I can't do this. Oh, can you help me? You got to play that card every now and again. You got to just.
Listen,
Of course you got to play the card.
I take the parking spot. I take.
We don't take the Okay, we have to preface this. We don't take the parking spot. We need the parking spot.
You're right.
To all of our other disabled folk, we're not taking your spot. We are using our allotted, by government, by rules spot because we can't park 20 miles away.
Right.
We have to be right there.
That's right.
I don't mind the fast track at the airport coming in through customs. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah.
But also allotted. But I was going to say my caretakers are friends, and the only thing I get annoyed. So, and they know this. I get like annoyed with them because like, and I can say it, and I love you, and they know who they are. If they say, how are you? And I'm like, I'm really tired. They're like, they go, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm like, when am I not tired? Like, we don't need to have this conversation. Like, please don't feel bad for me for being tired. Like, it's literally like the first thing of MS symptoms is extreme, profound fatigue. Maybe I should just not say. Maybe I should just be like, I'm feeling energized. Oh no, she got me a hat that says, fuck off respectfully.
Respectfully. I like when someone says, with all due respect.
With all due respect.
They slam you.
That's right.
Slam you. With all due respect. Like that just takes away whatever's going to come after that.
Oh my God.
Well,
I was going to,
go ahead. You go.
No, because you're going to stay on this subject, and I'm going to go. My brain goes all over the place. So you guys stay here.
Yeah,
and then
but
I'm gonna,
can you?
Okay,
cross
this
your
is when
fingers,
we're arguing.
You got it.
It's like an old married.
If you feel like you're going to forget it, then you interrupt me.
Okay.
I was going to say too that because you have shared, you have this beautiful platform on Good Morning America, and because of who you are and because of your experiences, you shared really intimately and deeply and beautifully with America and the world about what you've gone through in real time. And we started that journey with you as we're here and messy, because even though I've talked about having MS, I've never talked about having MS in this way. And, Christina knocked that door down for me, and I will forever be grateful. But has there ever been, because this journey is also new for us, has there ever been moments for you where you wanted to keep more things private as you figured it out and felt like you couldn't, or was there any, feeling conflicted about it?
Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes to everything you said. And when I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2007, I was working with the Diane Sawyer. Oh, she's my ride or die. And she did not want me to go public.
Wow.
She really, really didn't want to, because she wanted me to take care of me.
Mm-hmm.
And she knew that by going public, that I would have to then fulfill the needs of so many other people who would be reaching out. And she just wanted me to take. So selfishly, she didn't want me to say anything. And it was my dear mother who said, make your mess your message. She said, "Hun, yes, you have breast cancer. Yes, it's an aggressive form. You're going to lose your hair. You can't hide that. Be the messenger for those people who don't have the platform that you have. Show them what it's like to live with cancer. Show them." And I didn't want to do it. And initially, it wasn't like I said, "Oh, by golly, I'm going to," no, I didn't for a while, not until I knew exactly, that I needed surgery. I knew the treatment plan. I'd had everything in place. That's when I decided to go forward and tell folks, because being on national television, and I wanted to keep working. And I remember it was before I said anything about losing my hair, that I already had a wig in place. And I hadn't lost my hair completely. I still had my hair, but my hairstylist, who's been with me for 20 years, Batula, love her, she said, let's do a test run. Let's go on the air with it one day. And I did. And the reaction from people, and it looked pretty much like my anchor dude, little flip, but it was the wig. And I was just startled by how many people were reacting to that. And it kind of made me say, okay, no more test runs. Be in the moment. When things feel right, share it. If they don't. And there were things that I didn't share. But I was really grateful that I had such a wonderful support system, and my mother saying about, there's so many people, look, come on, you two. There are people who have what we've had and who have it so much worse than us.
Yeah.
And I don't compare despair. I'm not one of those that, and it startled me that my doctors would say that they would get calls when people knew, because I had my doctors on to discuss things, and I was doing well, and people were like, I want what, you're giving her something, like there's some like celebrity treatment plan that only celebrities get. And my doctors are like, no, Robin is doing everything that I'm doing for you. Because I was an athlete, I was able, it didn't prevent me from getting sick, but boy, did it help me fight it, because I had that athletic mentality. My doctors were my coaches, and the treatment was the game plan, and cancer was my opponent. And I was able to approach it like that. But no, it was not easy. And this is what I've said to why I was so grateful that you all sat down with me and shared as much as you did, because I know it is not easy to do. But then, I don't know, and maybe you can tell me how it's been for you since. I know that once I did, I remember I held back, and I remember distinctly that morning I went on the air with Diane, said I had breast cancer, was going to go have my surgery. I slept like a baby that night. It was the first night I had a good, because I did feel I was keeping something bottled up. And now that it was out there, I wasn't hiding anymore, even though I wasn't technically hiding, but in a way I was. Don't you feel the freedom? And especially, Jamie, because you, for so long, until, as you said, your girl came along and kicked the door down, and that's somebody's right. Yes, there's not one size fits all. You just figure it out the best you can.
We also don't want to be the grand marshal of that parade. You know what I mean? It's like,
oh yeah,
you come out and now you're the grand fucking marshal, and now what? And I think that's where we're trying to kind of burst that thing. Because you and I know, Robin, because we had it around the same time, that we've got to go. I'm gonna, I'm the Grand Marshal. I'm the cancer Grand Marshal. And and at some point you got to feel like, you know what, people, stop it. Like, let me be, let me grieve,
Can I tell you something? Since I came out with Amber, we have been asked to be the Grand Marshal of every gay pride parade in America, literally. And I'm like, thank you very much, but no.
Thank you.
But I'm not kidding you. We've been asked.
That's really hilarious.
But you're absolutely right, Christina. And yes, there is a perhaps responsibility. It's not a burden. It's a responsibility when you're a public figure to be able to speak for those who have what we have and they don't have the platform. But can we just choose? We don't have to do everything. And sometimes I'll be asked to receive an award or something for whatever, and I'll go, look, I know there is somebody. I mean, thank you very much, but I know you can find someone else who is just as deserving, if not more so, who may not be on Good Morning America, but they still are deserving of the recognition. And please, please, please let them have it.
Yeah. Well, for Christina, she was kind of outed because somebody posted.
I was outed from my breast cancer too.
You were?
Yeah. Yes, I was walking the halls of Cedars-Sinai, and someone either took a picture or something and said something's wrong with her, and it got out. So I had to get ahead of it. I wasn't prepared. I had just had my double mastectomy and no one had known. And I was 6 months into my treatments. My treatments was not chemo and stuff, but yeah, and my surgeries and my journey with my backpack and my trail mix. And I didn't want to tell anybody at all. I was like, I'm going to do this privately. And so I was outed. So, and Robin knows that because she was my first interview. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I didn't know that.
I remember that distinctly. I mean, that's how far we go back. But I also, don't you get this sometimes? And I'm not big on social media, but when you do go public, and then there'll be someone they think they're the only person that ever went through this. Why do they talk about it? And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like they want us to, but then we do. And then there are people that are like, why are you doing it? You act like you're the only one that's ever gone through it. But that's when you can't, you just gotta, and I even literally taught a masterclass on authenticity. It wasn't a masterclass on broadcasting or anything like that. They reached out to me and wanted to do something on authenticity. And I'm like, if it's your authentic self to share, whether you're in the public eye or not, because there are a lot of people, when I speak, and especially to a group for a cancer event, and I'll say, okay, all fellow thrivers, because I prefer thriver other than survivor, thrivers, stand up. Let's see who's here, and they'll stand. And I'll tell them, I said, there's some people who also went through cancer who didn't stand up and don't want to be recognized. And you know what? That's okay. Let everybody walk their own path. I didn't say journey. I didn't use the word journey there. I used path. Okay.
Journey is my new favorite thing now. I'm going to use it in sarcasm for the rest of my life.
Oh no. Sorry, folks.
No, it's okay. No, journeys are beautiful.
Yes, I love that you said the word authentic, because that's what I feel like I'm stepping into finally. And it's through this whole process, doing it with my girl here, because I kept it a secret for all those years. And then even when I came out about it, I was still so careful of how I spoke about it. Because I wanted to be like, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. And that wasn't a lie, but I didn't divulge any of the hard stuff. I think because I didn't want people to think that I couldn't accomplish or do or be hireable or I think I was also just wanting to tell the story that I wanted to live. And it's, again, not that it was completely false, but now being able to just talk authentically about the hard stuff along with the other stuff.
Right.
It's bled into every area of my life. I can't fake it anymore. And it feels so good.
Yes.
And it's, even with I had full body chills when we were sitting in our interview with you, when Christina said, I've been playing the part of Christina Applegate for the last 50 years and I'm done. And I literally was like, holy shit. I'm watching somebody live the dream that I didn't think was possible. And I'm just going to absorb it as much as I can while I'm next to her. Because as hard as this journey has been for both of us, and has absolutely unfair that it was for Christina to not have any time to process anything before she had to speak on this. It's also, she's so many of the messages that we get from people that listen to this podcast are so grateful for the place that she's in, because that's what they can connect with. And she has so much power when she speaks about it.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. This show is very much my therapy. It is my place to share and work things out. Like Christina says, we always have to get things out to release the power, get it out of your mind so you can stop the stories maybe that you're telling yourself about things, and you can get maybe even a better grasp on reality.
Let me ask you a question, Jamie.
Yes, ask
Only
me.
crazy people go to therapy.
Nope. The healthiest of the healthy go to therapy. Everyone needs therapy. Everybody deserves therapy. Everybody can benefit from therapy. You can get better with therapy, with BetterHelp. BetterHelp is entirely online. It's convenient. It's flexible. You make it suited to your schedule. You fill out this questionnaire. You get matched with a licensed therapist. If you don't like them, you can switch them. There's no additional charge. It is the greatest gift you can give yourself. So never skip therapy day with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/messy today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/messy. Hey, messy listeners. This episode is proudly brought to you by LoLavie. It's an award-winning hair care line founded by the fabulous Jennifer Aniston. We've been lusting and loving her hair forever. It's iconic and needs no introduction. So apparently Jen got tired of, the same old struggles we all face, choosing between hair products that work and ones that are actually good for us. And now she's solved this dilemma. Thank God. With LoLavie, it is a clean, plant-powered product for every hair type and texture. And here's a treat for you guys. For a limited time, you're going to get an extra 15% off your order. But let me tell you a little bit more about these products, okay? Like I said, naturally derived, no silicone, sulfates, parabens, or gluten. I love the In-Shower Trio. It's the restorative shampoo and conditioner plus this intensive repair treatment that will turn your showering experience into like a spa. I use the intensive repair treatment every other week, and my hair is growing. It is thick. It is healthy. And post-shower, I like to use the Glossing Detangler and their hair oil. Their hair oil is so light. You can use it all over your hair. I style with it. Again, my hair looks silkier, shinier, maybe almost like Jennifer's.
Wait, can I talk about it too?
Talk? Oh my God, I'm sorry. I thought yes.
I like it very much.
I
use the shampoo.
I just railroaded that. I'm sorry.
The shampoo and conditioner that I have, but the leave-in changed my life. Now I have all gray hair, which means when I dye it, with the bleach to make me look like Kelly Bundy, because I'm still going to be there. Just kidding. I'm 52, but it's like pubic hair, like it, the coarseness of gray.
Yes.
So I kind of look like an 80s rocker when it dries. But now that I've been using the leave-in conditioner, I look like a 70s rocker, not like an 80s rocker.
I love this.
So it's working. It's working.
It's working. Well, unlock Jennifer Aniston improved hair at LoLavie.com. As our loyal listeners, you will get an exclusive 15% off your entire order when you use code MESSY at checkout. That's 15% off your order at LoLavie.com with promo code MESSY. Please note you can only use one promo code per order and discounts can't be combined. And after you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Your hair will thank you.
Support for Messy comes from Peloton. So when I had heard of Peloton bikes, when it was just bikes before it was dominating the whole exercise world, I was so excited because I was boring myself to tears in my little home gym on my really old spin bike with my cassette tapes. Yes, kids, there are things called cassette tapes that my spin teacher had made. And I would give myself a class. And I found out that there was this incredible thing called Peloton, and you were part of like a community, and there were people talking to you, and you weren't alone. And I was like, this is so for me. And I remember getting on it the first time and losing my stuff. I met Robin Arzone, I met Cody Rigsby, I met Jessica King, and of course, the incomparable DJ John Michael, who makes every class to me that much more special. So it was like my everything, my obsession. And I had just like, I feel like I was trying to get rid of baby weight. And you know what happened? Bing, bang, boom. Healthier, had more energy, and got rid of some of that weight. So I'm obsessed with Peloton. And I'm even more obsessed with trying the tread because I have an old treadmill from probably 1845. And walking is really good for people with MS if we can. And I can't wait to do that because, again, I won't feel lonely. I'll feel like I have a friend. So get yourself moving with Peloton at onepeloton.com/running. That's Peloton at onepeloton.com/running. And again, you know, mention us. Messy.
When I was asked about sitting down with both of you, that was that jumped out at me when I was told they're in different places and Christina is pissed and she's going to talk about being pissed. Mm-hmm. And Jamie, as we know, Jamie, you're so sweet, and you are, and that's who you are. And I could see
she's a total a-hole.
Gotcha.
But see, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of you two, because how you looked to Christina when she was talking, and she was like, and you were like, oh my gosh, now I have permission. Mm-hmm. I have permission to be not okay. I have permission to say I'm not okay. And I didn't feel that way before, but Christina was giving you that.
No, sorry. What do you mean?
Because
that's such strength.
I know, because you know how many times, oh, you're so courageous. Yeah. Oh, the courage. Oh, you have such courage. And I just
threw up in my mouth like 4 times.
It's great that people feel that way and they say that, and it comes from a good place. They mean well.
It does.
But it's like, are you kidding me? Are you? Oh my gosh.
Well, it's easier for us to be quote unquote courageous because it's easier for other people to understand and to accept. They'd much rather, and that's our thing, when we ask, how are you? Do you really actually want to know the answer to that question? Would you much rather just hear an I'm fine, I'm good, moving along? Or do you want me to say, you know what? Today sucks, and this is how I'm feeling, you know? And Preach. I see you moving your head because you know what I'm talking about.
Right there.
I can see what you're.
Oh my God. I just recently, in one of my great interviews, Elmo, because Elmo posted about a few months ago, how you doing? Just checking in, how you doing? It got, just millions of people really feeling they could share with Elmo, of all people. And they were just spilling their guts. And it was something as simple as, how are you doing? And when I talked with Kerry Washington, she said she hates when someone says that. How are you? Because just what you said, Christina, do you really want to know how I'm doing? Mm-hmm. Or am I supposed to give you the I'm fine? And how many times, and I've tried now to say, not to say to somebody, how are you? I say, good to see you. It's good to see you. Because when it's a low, it seems so simple, but it's so loaded. When you ask somebody, how are you?
When I would be wheeled onto the set, because I couldn't walk from my trailer to set, I said to the crew one time, and they're all my friends, so they totally get my humor and my world. And as I was going through this, I said, hey guys, if you would do me a favor and not ask how I am, like say whatever else you want to say. You can say, you suck. And most of the time that's what would happen. Like crew members going like, you suck. Disabled lady, like whatever it was. But I was like, can we just not I can't, because I'm not going to answer
you don't
it.
want to always be like, you don't want people to look at you with sympathy because you're
Get the
like,
big harp out, you know.
yeah.
So I just told him to tell me I suck or something. And then, you know, because that question is like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't even want to go there most of the time, right?
Yeah.
I had the fear because I kept getting my something. It was breast cancer and then something else. My father passed away, Hurricane Katrina. And I had this really tight circle of friends. And I would call and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be that friend that when the phone rings and they see my name, they go like, oh gosh. I didn't want to be that person.
Yeah.
You know, like because I have a couple of relatives that when I see their number come up, I'm like, oh boy, what's now? I was fearful. I was becoming that now they never made me feel that way. My friends never made me feel that way. But I thought that that's what I was becoming. And I was like, oh, I so don't want to be that person.
Yeah. I had a girlfriend call me woe is me to someone else. And that's something we've talked about on the show a lot is now I'm afraid. Now I'm afraid to talk about how I'm feeling, you know, like that part of you that like, well, the societal part that says that women can't complain and we can't be vulnerable and we can't be all these things, you know, all these conditions that we have. But to have like a friend go to someone else, oh, she's just so woe is me. It was it was like to my heart.
Oh, yeah.
That's our deepest fear. And that's what you're talking about. You don't want to be the one whose phone is coming on. And I actually hope that when I'm calling people, they don't answer because I hate talking on the telephone, but that's a whole other episode. But anyway.
But there's also the flip of that too, where I've had to say to my friends sometimes too, I'm like, guys, stop calling me so strong and inspiring. Like, I just want to be funny, or I just want to be like, you know, I want to be all the things that everybody else is too. I don't want this to define me. And they didn't even realize they were doing that because they just wanted to acknowledge. And I appreciate that. I just want to acknowledge this is hard for you. I want to acknowledge that you're pushing through. I want to acknowledge. And don't get me wrong. Sometimes we need that. You know, when you live with a chronic illness and you show up each and every day, that acknowledgement is important. You can't just, you know, you need to sometimes have somebody say like, what you're doing is hard and I'm proud of you. But you also want to be like a 360, like fully 3D person that's not just this one thing. And so, but those conversations are important to have. And I think that this, like I said, this whole process has really helped me be able to voice that with some of my best friends that I've been best friends with for over 20 years, just saying, you know, being able to explain how I'm feeling because they don't know unless I say something. They can't feel.
I want to be crying in someone's lap all day long. Like I literally wish I had that, like to just cry in someone's lap and feel safe. And so I'm the opposite. I don't want to be told I'm all these things. I'm like, I want to be like my head, you know, pet. I want to have my head pet.
That means you need
I know.
that,
I need it so badly. But how do you like? Do you? I'm
because
sure
you have a
feel
lifetime of that. Like you need
Yeah.
that from, you know?
Yep.
Oh, you
Now
guys
I'm gonna cry.
But I do. I hate that I'm so far away because I actually was talking about this with my therapist earlier today. She was like, what do you think your superpower is, Jamie? And I said, you know, I think from when I was a little girl, I can look at people and understand them. I can't judge people. It's just not in me because I know that where everybody is the way they are because of so many different things, their upbringing, their conditioning, what they've been exposed to. And so like, I'll never fault anybody for who they are. And I also can see in Christina, like, this is her chance to be like, stop. I need rest. I need help. I need love. I need support. And you have every right to ask for that. We all do.
Robin, do you want your head pet? I'll pet your head.
I love that. I know. I was just thinking about that. I mean, I was actually visualizing, you know, my head in someone's lap and this, you know, because it made me think of my mama.
Yeah.
I just, you know, it's just
it
like it was just something because sometimes you don't want, there are no answers. And even though, especially, especially my guy friends, they always want to solve things. I'm like, sometimes I just want blah. I just want to get it out there. I don't want a solution. Can't you just pat my head? Can't you just stroke my hair?
Don't they know that we know the answer anyway? So
You're so
Don't get me
right.
started with that.
way longer before they knew the
so
answer.
Yeah.
We've solved it
But
already.
they want,
so
they
thank
want
you. Yes,
to,
they want
guys.
to.
It's a guy thing. But
I know.
I do with my circle of girlfriends. I feel that we can just blah, and we're not trying to solve anything, and we want to get it out there. But I
Yeah.
know that but there's a real gift that you have, Jamie, in that it's just inherent in you to want, and I think this is part of the reason why for so long you did not share as much as you have shared recently. Um, you strike me, and I don't know you as well, and I hope to get to know you even better. I don't know you as well as Christina, but you want to be that person. You want to be that person that's I'll use the word, that's uplifting, and I'm not talking
Yeah.
because of what you're going through. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's just who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me that I have to be in like the other
Yeah.
role a lot of the
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we share a similarity in that. And my family loves to tell the story. We were living in Izmir, Turkey, and we would go to church Sunday mornings, every Sunday morning. And there was a homeless person who was always there by the church. And every single Sunday, I take what my parents gave me as offering, and I give it to this man. And every Sunday, he was waiting there for me. And I would just run up, and it wasn't that much. I don't even know what it was. But even I just remember, and it's funny how those things as a child stay with you. And I remember when my dad, he was just such a rock of our family, and he was the first to pass of my two parents. And I remember him pulling me aside because I was starting to do well. And he was like, and I love my siblings and I love my family, and they never asked for anything, but I love to give. And my daddy was like, please don't give all your money away. And he was so serious. I was like, Daddy, don't worry. I mean,
Aw.
I'm generous, but I got some in my back pocket.
Yeah.
But I think it's and that's why, you have children, and it's just so amazing how those little things as children stay with us and are embellished maybe
Sure.
as we get older. But I see that similarity with you,
Yeah.
Jamie, and that's it's. But as I'll put on my hat now, as you said to Christina, you don't have to be the strong one all the time. You don't have to make us all feel it's okay. It really is. It's okay. It's okay not to be okay, and it's okay to let others. You want to be the one stroking someone's hair. Let someone stroke your hair in their lap.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
please.
I'll stroke your hair, James.
I know you will. You have. You definitely
I know.
have.
And I've laid in your
No.
lap. You're probably the
Yeah.
only lap I've laid in since I was diagnosed. The only one
Oh.
that has
Wow.
done that for me. I took a girlfriend who had gone through some serious stuff this year, and I took her to a hotel this last weekend. And she's, I mean, gone through more than any of us could possibly
Yeah.
imagine. I won't even mention what had happened. But anyway, I took her away for a night to a fancy place. And I ended up getting really sick in my stomach, with my stupid stomach thing. And she just put her hand over and put it on my arm. And it was like this feeling of love that I haven't felt in, I don't even know how long. And like, she got me through the night. She was half asleep, and I wanted her to sleep. I didn't want her to like hear me vomiting. I didn't want her to be woken up by me, but she just put that hand on my arm, and it was like, thank you. Like, she gave me permission to feel like shit. And that's, there's not enough
What a
of that,
gift. What a
We
gift.
have a lot of power as people, to go both ways, but we really, and it can be with the simplest of actions, like you said, just a hand in your arm,
Mhm.
special.
Kumbaya, my love,
I
kumbaya. Let's hold hands
Gosh
and
dang, Robin.
swing.
Well, can we go in another direction for a minute?
Please. Absolutely.
In your illustrious career, what has
Oh.
been, this is just a personal question, I'm wondering, what has been one of the hardest things for you to cover, and the one that's been the most exciting thing for you to cover?
I'm going to start with the most exciting.
Okay.
What has been exciting are these. I know that our audience, they're not able to travel as much as they would like. And going back from being an Air Force brat and living around the world and around the country, I want to take people on adventures. And last year went to New Zealand and really made people feel that they were there with me. Even when I jumped off that building 1,000 feet up in the air, I don't know
I did that too. I did that too.
You did? Oh, what is it? Live more, fear less. Live more,
yeah,
fear less.
And then you just
Yes,
drop.
yeah.
And then you're like
Yes.
Peter Pan at the end.
Yes. You did that?
Yes,
Isn't
I
it
did.
We
most
just talked about
exhilarating?
it the other day.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. It was thrilling.
Sorry
love
to
and-
interrupt, but
No,
I just,
no,
I'm
I
like,
love
oh my
that.
God, I've never met anyone else who had done it. So that's very
I have. You're the first one I bet too who's done
Okay.
that.
Cheers.
And I just love taking people with me and for them to feel like they're going. So those and going to Portugal very soon and doing the same thing. We already did a scout survey. I love when people watch and they say, "Oh, thank you for taking us with you." And just giving them that moment, whether they live, in Idaho or Iowa or wherever, and they haven't had a vacation and, they can't even remember when. That to me, that is exciting. And everything about saying good morning to America.
Wow.
I mean, I get to do my best to set the tone for the day for folks. And there's some days I do want to go like, ooh, you just might want to stay in bed. It's bad out there. I don't know if you want to get up. I don't know if I should be saying good morning, America. But I just really, it's a phrase and nothing ever gets old. The ones that are, anything political.
Yeah.
I cannot, I do not, I don't care what side of the aisle they're on. I do not, those interviews they keep me up at night and my stomach is turning and it's just not, it's not fun. It's just not, there's nothing enjoyable about that. So
Because of the reaction that will come either way.
Yeah, from the it doesn't matter, yeah, because the reaction you're gonna get, but also most times they know the answers even before you ask them the questions.
Mhm.
You don't really get anything. They're just gonna really say what they want to say. You don't really, and I rather talk to people who are going to actually share and actually, I don't know, just let me in a little bit. I like those types of interviews. After I did the interview with you two, and because of that interview, there were people that were on the fence about sharing. Regina King sat down with me for the first time since losing her son.
Mhm.
And that interview too, she said about grief, and it took her a while to be able to speak about her son, but she did so lovingly. And I love when she said about grief, she said, grief is love that has no place to go.
Mhm.
And and I can't say those interviews bring me joy. That's not what it means. If those types of interviews, like with you and like with Regina, they fulfill what I feel is my purpose, and that is to be a messenger. I
Wow.
really feel I was put here to be a messenger and to provide safe places for people to share their message, and everyone has one. So that's a joy. So I'm grateful that I'm at a point in my career that when I'm asked to do some things that just don't feel authentic to me, and I just know, and I will say, like, I'm glad this person wants to talk to us, but I feel that so-and-so would be much better at doing the interview. I don't think that I'm the one for it. I'm thank you for asking me to do it, but I just don't think I'm the one. And it used to be, and I'm sure you guys took roles early on that you wouldn't want to take.
Of course.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
God, early on.
But yeah.
Mhm.
But as you got older and seasoned, you're like, you can pick and choose a little bit. And that's how I've gotten too. I can pick and choose a little bit more on the stories that I want to do. And I always want to do stories. And this is why I loved yours. And I hate to keep going back to it. No, I like going back to our interview with you. I like the stories that I do to cause a reaction from people that leads to action. They react to what they've heard, and now they want to take action, whatever it is, be it for someone else or for themselves. And that's what brings me joy the most.
I don't know if I could do what you do because I wear all my inner thoughts on my face. And if someone was really irritating me, I'd be like, oh. Like, it's happened to me where I'm listening to someone talking, and I had a friend once say, "Hey, your face." I'm like, "What?" You're like, I'm just listening to someone talk, and it's like, so terrible. I would be like the worst.
You know, Whoopi was recently on the show, and she said her mom used to call her after The View and go like, "Honey, your face."
Yeah.
And she's like, and Whoopi's like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Oh, when you were talking to so-and-so, Whoopi. Oh, honey." And
oh my God, she really is. She really is a barometer of her. Oh my God.
You know exactly what she's feeling.
I love it. Well, Christina has a party trick.
Oh, geez.
If you're willing.
I'm always up for a party trick.
Do you want me to set it up or do you want to explain it?
You
Christina?
set it up because I have to
I'm her
meditate.
agent. I'm going to set this up.
Okay.
So she has this party trick.
But I always feel like I'm gonna fail. And now we're dealing with like Robin Roberts.
I know.
And
well, guess what? We can edit this out if we don't like it.
Okay. If I get this wrong.
Okay.
So Madame Christina has a gift where all she's gonna ask from you. I'm such a loser. All she's going to ask from you is your 5 favorite movies. Don't think too hard about it. Just the 5 first ones that come to your head. And she's going to basically dissect you.
Off the top of your head, the ones that you could watch over and over and over again through your whole life.
Watch over and over again. Okay, so not like the ones that means, Titanic.
Wow. Did you like that reaction?
Whoopee.
Interesting.
Coming to America. I'm trying to think of Love Actually.
No.
Yeah, that's a sweet one. I know you think I'm sucking up. The Sweetest Thing. Okay. That's Amber's favorite.
Love it.
All-time favorite. And number 5. What is the movie that I can see over and over again? Okay, now I'm going to be a little self-serving. Love and Basketball, because I have a cameo and I do love that. It's a really good movie.
It's a great movie.
And I only get like 5 cents residual, so it's not really helping myself at all.
I haven't seen that one. Okay, you guys have to talk amongst yourselves for a second.
Okay.
This one's a thing.
I was going to say Dr. Zhivago. That was like the first movie I ever saw. Omar Sharif.
Yeah.
I was like 6 years old, and I just remember being in the movie theater and watching that. But I wouldn't want to see it over
Right,
again.
right.
It was good at that time.
This is hard. You guys have to talk. This
wow,
one's hard.
Robin, you've stumped her.
You've stumped me. Stumped me.
Leave it to Robin Roberts. You had a feeling.
Jamie, she's working on it. What does she normally do? What does she take from the 5 movies?
So for instance, mine were The Goonies, Old School, Shawshank Redemption, Forrest Gump. And so basically she said, like, you have this wanting to belong. You always have wanted to be a part of something, part of a group. Like, she could just sort of piece together the messaging from the movies and like tell me about who I am and who I was, and especially as a child. She's really able to tap into that.
No, I did stump her, because those are, even now when I think about it, I'm really all over the map.
She's got it.
I've got something.
Okay, let's go. Let's hear it.
You weren't convinced of your own hope as a kid.
Told you.
That it was unattainable.
Oh my gosh.
That your hope was like, nope, that's not gonna, I will never have that. I will never have that. And it was unattainable. You can't reach it. I can just feel you like trying to reach for your hopes. And you doubted those things. That's one thing I got.
Okay. Oh my gosh. That is so, oh, wow. Okay. Sorry about that.
No, it's
No,
Robin.
that really, 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 why am I paying my therapist? I could have just gone to you. You'd be a lot.
Isn't it incredible? She's incredible.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That really, yeah.
Did it? Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, okay. Is there more? But wait, there's more? Because that one.
No, that's it. That's
Oh
all
my
I can
God.
get right now.
I cannot tell you how, and I've been thinking about it again recently because various reasons, and just looking back and just really grateful. Don't get me wrong. I mean, so incredibly grateful and what I've been able to the opportunities that I've been afforded and the way I prepared for those opportunities when they presented themselves. I'm happy that I had people that really helped me. But yeah, there was this as a child, even though I had these big, bold, and I said was fearless and all those things, there was still this nagging, just deep down inside. It's never going to happen. The proverbial, you're not worthy. Why would you? Why would someone want you to do X, Y, and Z? Why would you have a platform? And I've been thinking about that because as you get to different stages of your life and your career, and you're thinking about your next chapter, I want to be able to. I still have hopes and dreams that have not been realized that are mine, and I am not going to rest. I am not going to rest until that what people say, it's not what you achieve at the end of your whatever, it's what you didn't go for. It's not,
Yeah.
it is. It's those things that you didn't go for, you didn't try for, that you didn't, those are the biggest regrets. I have no regrets of anything that I shot for and was shot down. I know some things that I wanted to go for and I didn't, and I know what they are.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to convince myself for this next chapter, it's going to be different. And that helped me right there, young lady.
Wow.
That right there. Thank you. Got my
That's so
shoulders back.
beautiful.
You got your
Really?
shoulders back.
I got my shoulders back.
There you go.
Yeah, because you called me out. And when I say you called me out, you made me call myself out.
Mm-hmm.
You made me go deep and wow, I didn't know. I thought I was hiding that better. Gosh, wow. Just from those movies.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Come on, that's a good party trick.
It's ended. I've been in trouble for it many times because I reveal some things about people that they don't love about me. So that's why I try to be very careful.
Yeah, but hey, that's a gift.
But that's like you're so intelligent, Christina, and you're so insightful. Wow. Like just the way that you can your way your mind works. It's really amazing.
I'm also an idiot.
Well,
sorry.
And that's why I love you.
Oh, you know what my question at parties? What is it that brought you joy as a child that you're not doing now? What is it? What's the first thing when someone says, what brought you joy? I mean, not happiness, not, because you got an A. What brought you joy as a child?
Singing.
Coming into my house after school and the way it smelled and the fireplace was always going. No matter what time of year it was.
Do you have a fireplace now?
Yeah, but it's way down lots of stairs.
Why don't you?
No, it's something about that house. It was about that house. It was the house I grew up in, and it was rustic and old, and it had a certain smell, and there were no locks on the doors, the way the door opened and the sound it made, that it was kind of stuck to the side, and you'd have to push on it to get it open because it was wooden, and there would be, the fireplace would be going. My mom would have the fireplace going, and I love that.
You're so good at setting scenes.
I know, and how soft her voice gets.
I know.
How she's talking about this. You can't push open the door. And my mother got to,
We had a dog named Red Eye, and he would push it open. And we'd always yell at him, Red Eye, close the door. Red Eye, close the door. And then we also had this talking bird. And eventually he'd open the door and the bird would go, Red Eye, close the door. Red Eye, close the door.
That's so
Another
cool.
thing I know. Red Eye, close the door.
Oh, I love it. Well,
What about you, Robin? What
Yeah.
about you?
Oh, you know what? When I was asked that, what brought me joy as a child was playing tennis. At the time, I just started playing tennis again about 4 years ago. I went like 40 years without playing. Couldn't play all my childhood. Brought me, I mean, I would dream about being at Wimbledon. I would just all, and I didn't play. And then I thought about it because someone said, what is it that brought you joy? I started playing again 4 years ago. And I am that little kid when I get on my bike, go down to Key West, go down to the public courts, get with the teacher there, the pro there. Amber even says the joy she sees. And it's true. And I was like, why haven't I played all of these years? But I just remembered that because when someone asked me that originally, that was like the first thing that popped in my mind. And then I realized I hadn't been doing it. And it's brought me joy again. It's broken my wrists, but it's also brought me joy.
Well, a broken bone heals stronger than it was before. So there
yes,
you go.
ma'am.
Oh. That is a scientific medical fact.
Yeah. And you know what? My backhand's going to be better now because I have a two-handed backhand. And my pro was always saying I wasn't using my left hand enough. Well, since I broke my right wrist, I've had to use my left hand so much, it's stronger. So when I get it back out, watch out.
You watch out, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out for Robin Roberts.
She's coming at you. Maybe I'm playing that. They have a senior circuit for tennis. Maybe that's what I'll do.
How
they have the senior
if not,
for
start
golf?
it.
Yes.
I love playing tennis. I'll come with you, but I might sit in a chair.
Hey, that's fine.
Christina, I'm putting it out there. You're gonna play tennis with Robin Roberts.
What?
Putting it
Watch out for my backhand. I'm telling you now.
But watch out for her backhand. You be kind to my girl.
I will. Always am, Jamie. Always have.
Annihilate me.
So we end every episode. If you would like to be on it with us, I pull a card from this little deck that I have with has inspirational quotes, and then we end it, which I think we ended
and naked photos.
That's right. And then we all flash each other, and then and
Robin,
then
you and I are like, our boobs. Anyway,
well, you had me thinking that when you said head in the lap, so I was thinking, hey, so we're kind of going there anyway. All right. Okay, let's go.
And then we end it, and then we end each episode by saying, and I think we ended our interview as well saying, and so it is, because it's just, okay.
And so it is.
As when I'm done, that's what we will say. Here we go.
Okay.
I want to unfold. I don't want to stay folded anywhere, because where I am folded, there I am a lie. And I want my grasp of things true before you. I want to describe myself like a painting that I looked at closely for a long time, like a saying that I finally understood, like the picture I use every day, like the face of my mother, like a ship that took me safely through the wildest storm of all. And so
it is.
This show is executive produced by Christina Applegate, Jamie-Lynn Sigler, and Allison Bresnick. Our audio engineer is Josh Windisch.
And if you want to show us some love, don't forget to leave the show a rating or review. Hi, it's Jamie. Thanks for listening. I just want to let you know I am a paid spokesperson for Novartis, but this podcast is independent from my collaboration with Novartis.